So a lot of people are also wondering what's happening with Home Run. And walk us through, maybe we all know what it is. Walk us through how you're splitting your time, how you're spending your time on the company, where you are, and what your goals are for the rest of the year, and more the operational side of things.
Yeah, so the operational, so the basic idea of Home Run is that it should be as easy to sell your house as it is to trade in your car. And then in roughly 3 clicks, you should be able to go to a website and decide that you want to trade in your house and have simplicity, convenience that you expect in every other asset class. And we're gonna be live in parts of the United States this year and prove that and show the value proposition. And I think it's going to resonate. So we're putting together first the team, just like every other company. Yeah. You have to assemble a team. So we're now at about 7 people, which is great. We need capital. Obviously, this business is somewhat capital intensive, at least in the beginning. And so we've raised capital. We're also, need to prove that we can ship a product that resonates with real people. That's the next step. Hoping to do that this summer.
And then how do you, in your role as a full-time VC, help get this company off the ground as well? Like, how do you split your time? Where's the company based?
So the company's based in San Francisco. Okay. We're literally moving into our first real office this week, waiting for the furniture to arrive. It's getting me more sympathetic to being with, dealing with entrepreneur issues again. It's like, why aren't our desks here? Those kind of issues that are very practical, but you get removed from as a VC. But in any event, how I'm allocating my time. So the first thing I'd say is there's a lot of precedent for very successful companies co-founded by VCs. Yeah. So Peter Thiel co-founded Palantir. It's obviously an incredibly successful company. Peter seems to spend about a day a week at Palantir. Anil at Greylock actually, co-founded and is co-CEO of Workday, another very successful company. Both of those are $10 billion, market cap plus companies.
Actually, that was gonna be what I was gonna lead into, which is, are we gonna see more of that?
I don't know. I mean, I think it takes a rare combination of skills to do this well. But I think that it's a great strategy. I think it's very good for the VC. Yes. Like, it's healthy for me to remember what it's like to assemble a team in practice, to remember all of the details of really building a business as I give counsel to other entrepreneurs.
For an experienced VC who can pull it off for, let's say, one at a time or one every year, it is kind of a nice way to leverage the network, right? If you're obviously have to be passionate about an idea.
Yeah, I think you need to be committed. And I think I'd recommend that to any entrepreneur, that being an entrepreneur founder, if you have an idea that you're really passionate about, it's a good idea to start a company. If you want to be an entrepreneur for entrepreneur's sake, I don't think it's a very good idea. So I happen to, in this case, have this idea, over a decade ago. Yeah. It's been marinating in my brain for a decade, which I think allows me to be a high leverage contributor to the company, because I originally had the foundation of the idea, and because I've thought about all the permutations for so long.
You have co-founders.
I have 3 co-founders,
right?
But because it's not something that's foreign to me, I think in a very quick period of time, I can, sort of walk by the office and immediately jump into a middle of a lot of conversations, because I've been literally thinking about this for a decade.
So, but now you've been at Khosla for about, what, year and a half now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you had a lot of operational experience coming up. So it's not out of bounds to think that you would be able to pull something like this off. Let's say the next bunch of crop of people coming into VC, do you think we'll see more of this? Do you think that people will look at the model and say, look, it's a way to get in early, it's a way to have ownership, it's a way to have one foot in each area? Do you think we'll see more, or do you think it's going to take someone like an outlier like Anil or outlier like Peter to do this?
I think there's interest in it. I've received a lot of inbound interest from people I compete with and friends of mine at other VCs, and they want to know, sort of, how'd you do this? How's it going? Yeah. So I think this will be a test, and maybe you'll see more of it if it's perceived to be doing well. A lot of venture capital is being a copycat. Looking so we pioneered, investments in food and agriculture. My partner Samir. A lot of people notice that Hampton Creek is doing really well, that Impossible is thriving. So a lot of VCs now want to invest in food. So this industry works that way. We pioneered, Vinod started this trend about 4 years ago of investing in digital health and the software around healthcare, reinventing healthcare through data and consumer-driven healthcare. And our portfolio of 20 companies is doing extremely well. And so a lot of other VCs now want to invest in digital healthcare. So I think if this works, for us, probably other venture capitalists will try the same thing. It's a little bit like that in this industry. You're always looking for new ideas, and the best way to find new ideas, best in quotes, is to look at what's working for other venture capitalists.